Hi guys and welcome to Fandom Newbie. My name is Shruti and today is another episode of Beat That List. Beat That List is basically a series that I do on my channel where I go head to head with two other booktubers and we all rank our top 5 items in a bookish category. In today's episode, the two booktubers who are going to be joining me are Indian booktuber and Book Geeks India, and the category that we're going to be talking about is book to movie adaptations. So, yeah, as always, let's just cut straight to the recording where we have ranked our top 5 book to movie adaptations. Let's go.
Hi Manpreet, hi Sankalpita.
Hi Shruti. Hi Manpreet.
Hi.
Thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of this.
It's wonderful being a part of it.
I think we'll just jump into our list. So Manpreet, maybe you can go first with number 5.
Okay, so the first book to movie adaptation, I think, is the Mortal Instruments movie. They actually made the movie. It was so bad. They just didn't make the rest of the movies, and then they started a TV show, which is significantly better. But I think that was the worst. It was a nightmare to watch that movie, and yeah, that was the worst.
I think the worst on my list, there is a book called After by Anna Todd. So it's a kind of read which is your guilty pleasure, like complete high school romance, college romance sort of book. I actually loved reading it. And then I was so excited that I wanted to check out the movie. When I did, it was so horrible. It was so horrible. Like, I can't even tell. I was like, why did I waste 2 hours of my life? So that was the worst.
Did you actually pay money to watch it? Or
No. I think it was available. I think it is available on one of the platforms. So I did watch it.
Okay, that's good.
Horrible.
That's
Worst movie ever.
Yeah. Okay, so on my number 5 is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the fourth Harry Potter movie. I absolutely hated it. I feel they completely butchered the book. I remember actually going to the theater to watch this and I was so excited when it released. And when I came out, I was like, I almost wanted to cry because I was like, this book is my favorite Harry Potter book.
Yeah.
And I just felt they destroyed the book completely. They cut out so many things. They changed so many things. And I was actually like really upset after watching that movie. And I actually paid money to go and watch it.
You know what? A fun fact: Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is the only movie I have in like physical form. I went
Seriously,
and I just traveled. I traveled about like 6 hours. I used to live in Firozpur, so I traveled to Chandigarh to actually go to a store and buy the CD of the movie.
Oh my God!
Oh God, that must have been very, very bad.
Why this one of all?
No, it wasn't bad for me. But
Okay.
yeah, that was the fun fact about this exact movie.
Oh God! But this
I don't think any of the Harry Potter movie does justice to the book. For somebody who has seen all the movies and read all the books, but the books will always be better, no matter what.
Yeah, correct. But at least there are some of them which are okay. Like they do a decent enough job.
Decent job.
But this one I feel was just I don't even know what they were thinking while making this movie. But the Mortal Instruments one, I completely forgot actually that a movie was made.
Yeah.
I only remember the TV show, but like the movie, I've forgotten that they actually made something like it.
It is that bad that you
I know. Yeah.
So I actually had a tie between these two movies. I would say when I watched them in the beginning, I watched the movie first, so I was actually happy. But then I read the book, so the experience was like. So the number 4 for me is Twilight series.
Oh.
So I know everybody hated the movies, but when I actually watched them for the first time, I didn't hate them. But then I read the books, and the books are so good. I mean, totally different. So I'm just like, they did a very bad job at this movie making thing. Okay.
Yeah. The next on my list is actually a Hindi movie. So it's not exactly a replica, but it's a kind of inspired from it. So this is Aisha. If you know that movie, Sonam Kapoor had acted in it.
Yes.
it's inspired from Emma, and it's such
Yes.
a horrible. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I can't even use words. It is. It's so not inspired from Emma. It's
Yeah.
nothing like Emma, and I don't even know why they said that it's inspired from it, but they've done a horrible job. And
Yeah.
Sonam Kapoor cannot act. She's
No. Not at all.
I have watched Nija, I was like, okay,
yeah.
maybe she did a good job in it. But she did, but then I was like, if there was some other actress, it would have been an even better movie.
Yeah, exactly. And she got the national award for it, no? For Nirja. And I'm
I
just
think
like,
Ninja was the
Awards are
only movie in which she
awards.
has acted. She could act. Look at any other movie.
but even then, it's just like she was so bad. And like you said, Manpreet, I feel like any other actress in that movie would have been even better, I feel, than what it was. Mhm. Horrible.
This is why I don't believe in awards and all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about
Yeah.
the movie awards, but the book industry awards are certainly paid ones, and that too they go for so cheap. So I'm just like, no, not reading award-winning books at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They kind of take your faith away in the entire thing.
Yeah, I feel like most awards probably would be paid, but I don't know about book awards, but movie awards, though I feel like it is
Definitely,
like
yes.
definitely, and probably book also. So
Books are the ones I've actually books are the ones I actually have like information about that
oh
they are
really?
paid. So
Oh
yeah, so I
wow,
have like heard
okay,
this author paid this author paid that. So
oh
Oh,
wow, wow. Manpreet is like spilling the tea.
the inside gossip.
Yeah. Okay. Number 4 on my list is also one of the Twilight movies, actually, but
Oh,
it's specifically Breaking Dawn. I
oh,
just, I don't know. Firstly, I didn't like the book that much, also, Breaking Dawn. I found it like the most like draggiest book out of the Twilight ones.
series, yeah.
And Twilight is a book series. I feel that my relationship with it has changed as I've grown up. When I was younger, I loved the books. Like, I remember reading it and thinking, like, oh, it's so sexy. Like, the books are so edgy and like great. And as I grew up, I kind of like started seeing some things which I thought were a bit problematic. But the movies just like, I don't know. Firstly, I feel both Robert Pattinson and who's that girl? Bella, whoever that, Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, both of them I feel can't act, or they couldn't
Yeah,
act in those movies. They were just so like stone
yeah.
faced, no
The Edward
emotion.
was only his hair.
Yeah,
Only his hair.
yeah. And yeah, I mean, just Breaking Dawn, I just felt like, what was it? Like, I mean, I don't know. The movie was just, it was too long.
Yeah, the
Firstly, they
books are
didn't have to,
always
yeah, they didn't have to break it into two parts, firstly, I
two
feel.
parts.
Like, that was just nonsense. And then, I
and
don't
then
know.
they changed the ending of the movie, and it was just
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I remember. I was like, what is it? This didn't happen in the book. How is this happening like in the movie?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one. But Aisha actually is one of my like guilty pleasure movies. When
Oh,
I mean, it is a very bad movie. I can agree to that. It is a horrible movie. But I don't know. It just, when I'm like feeling very, I don't know, just in a time pass kind of mood, I feel like watching
you
Aisha.
do watch it, yeah. See, all of us have guilty pleasures. They
Yeah.
are crappiest of books I would love to read when I am in no mood to read anything else. And they get you, they are sort of comeback. You want to read them because you know they will come, make you come back to reading. I think this is number three would be Crazy Rich Asians for me. I love the movie, I love the book. Both are amazing. And I really
Yeah.
wish they would make more such movies.
Yeah. Crazy Rich Asians was really good. I actually, this is one where I watched the movie first and then I read the book.
The book, okay.
And but I still like, I mean, I liked the movie a bit more than I liked the book, I felt. Because I felt the movie they made it a bit more fun as compared
Yeah,
to the
exactly.
book.
That's true. That's
So
true.
yeah, I really liked it. Manpreet?
But
I actually watched
it was
that.
such a fun read.
I
Yeah.
actually watched it, but then I started reading the book. I have read the third one, Rich People Problems, so I loved that one. But Crazy Rich Asians, I watched the movie first, and then I started reading the book, but I could
So,
never read it, so I lost.
Yeah.
and the actors are good. The whole there is a kind of Indian Sastavu vibe to it,
Yeah.
if you get what I mean. And it
Yeah.
is and all the things that are happening are so relatable, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing. It is
Yeah.
a movie I can watch every month. I don't mind.
Yeah. Manpreet, your number three.
Okay, so my number three is the Hunger Games movies. So I wouldn't say I love them, but I do remember that I got interested in the Hunger Games trilogy after the first movie, and then I
Okay.
did remember, like, once you read the books, right? If you see the movie first, you will be like, nice movie and everything. But once you read the books, then the experience is like, okay, I don't like it so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like 50-50 between it. I watched the movie first, so I liked it, but I don't think if I watch the movies, I would like them better than the books.
Well, better.
Yeah. Yeah. My number three is actually The Devil Wears Prada. I
Oh,
love that
I
movie.
missed that
Like,
one.
yeah, it is my absolute favorite, like one of my absolute favorite movies. I can keep watching it again and again and again. And again, like Crazy Rich Asians, I feel that this is one movie which they have done much better than the book. And I
Well,
feel it's because of like Meryl Streep and Anne
yeah.
Hathaway. Like
Um,
both of them are just amazing. And like Meryl Streep, like she owned that character and she's
yes.
so good in this movie. So yeah.
Some years down the line, it will be a classic. It will definitely become a
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
It's very well done.
Exactly. Like, I mean, for many years, I didn't know actually that it was a book. And when I got to know it was a book, I read it and I was just like, no, yeah, this is like not as,
Movie better, yes.
yeah, exactly. इसमें मजा नहीं आ रहा है, like in the book.
I have seen the movie and it's fantastic, obviously, but I haven't read the book. Similarly, there's
Yeah.
another one that is just like, my all-time favorite movie, P.S. I Love You, but I haven't read the book.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Mm,
scared now that if I read it, my movie experience would be like, I have seen like P.S. I
yeah.
Love You 40 times. So I just love the movie, but I do have the book as well, but I haven't read it ever. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, I also
Those kind
actually
of things,
haven't.
those kind of expectations, they scare you also.
Yeah. But I feel like, okay, this is a question that I want to ask. Do you feel that always the book is better, or do you feel sometimes movies can be like, they can improve upon the
They
book?
can improve, definitely. For book readers, it's like they will come at you like anything. How can you say the movie was better? But the
Yeah.
truth is that it can actually be better. If you've seen Razi and you've read Calling Sehmat, it is they are so different. Like Calling Sehmat, the book was not that good, and Razi, the direction, the acting, everything was perfect. I watched the movie first and then I went to the book, and I was like so disappointed कि ये क्या पढ़ रही हूँ मैं? No, the movie had set expectations so high, and the book just couldn't do it for me.
Yeah, exactly. Even I feel sometimes that, like, I mean, there are some things I feel that a director or actors can add to a plot or
Yes,
to a story that just takes it to the next level that
level.
maybe the author couldn't do. So I don't know. Even I feel like a lot of people are so militant. They're like, no, books are
Yeah,
always better. Bus, like, khatam. So then I'm like, no, yeah. I mean, everything is an art. So then,
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, there are some, movies which we are even scared of reading about. Like, we are scared that if we read the book, it would be disappointing or something because it's so
disappointing.
yeah,
good. For
yeah.
example, the Shawshank Redemption is there, and
Yeah,
there's another one that I'm trying to recall. Mm, now I've forgotten that one, but some of them are so good. You're just like, I
yeah,
can't now spoil the experience by reading the book.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, The
Yeah.
Godfather. It's like everybody
Yeah,
has
yeah,
to read
yeah.
the book, but I don't think the book. They always like, even I have heard so much about it. Like, the Godfather movies are just so good. So I'm just scared if I read the book, it may just ruin the experience.
Yeah. Same, like recently I got to know that Jurassic Park is actually a book. I never knew that
yeah.
Jurassic Park is a book. Now,
I've been meaning
like,
to read those, but I've not.
yeah,
And there are
same.
multiple books.
Oh, really? There's more than one? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I never knew. I recently got to know that it's a book, and I'm like, oh my God, that movie is also just so good that like, yeah, same. I'm feeling scared to read the book to see like, what it actually like, what the author actually meant for it to be.
Okay, my number two would be The Martian by Andy Weir.
Yeah.
Amazing. And both the movie and the book were good. Very good.
Yeah.
Itself created so many images in my mind, and when I saw the movie, actually visualizing all those I had imagined. So it was so good. That experience itself was fantastic, and the acting, I think everything was, done very very well. Like I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. It was just beautiful.
I would first like to talk to Sankalpita about this thing. When she started, she was like, I'm so nervous about it. I haven't watched many movies. And she has like the best kind of, picks here. And she was
Exactly.
in
But the truth
school
is, I
में,
don't watch movies.
no, school में there used to be kids na, who would be prepared about everything and they'll be like, oh my god, मुझे कुछ नहीं आता." Sankalpita.
I know.
My movie to books ratio is actually very less. It's very less. If I read 10 books a month, I would probably watch one movie a month, and even sometimes that might not be true. So I'll have months where I haven't watched a single movie. So it's very bad.
No,
So
but I
that's
feel like,
Good picks.
yeah, exactly. I feel like your list is very cultured. Mine is like very basic.
And mine
Basic movies.
my list is total typical list. And hers is the best.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay, so mine would be, so this is something that I haven't been able to get through the books entirely. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, I would say. I have tried reading Hobbit two times, read 200 pages, and then I'm just like, what am I doing? And Lord of the Rings, I've tried reading it, and I couldn't even like get past like 10, 20 pages because it's written in that way. I've been researching about it a lot because I'm interested in it. But the movies, oh my god, they're good. And honestly, I didn't start with the movies right in the beginning, but a friend of mine really, really, really loved these movies. So I had to sit through them. And the first time it was like I had to sit through them. Second time I just fell in love with like there are I think 3 movies of 3 hours each.
Yeah,
So it's an experience. So maybe in the first go you might not like it that much, but in the second go you are going to fall in love with it.
yeah, yeah. You actually took my number one spot, Mantri.
oh
But that's
nice.
okay. That's okay. At number two for me is actually the Pride and Prejudice movie, the Keira Knightley one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which was I can't remember the year, but that Pride and Prejudice movie, that is another movie that I can watch again and again and again.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's just so beautiful and so romantic and so
Romantic,
sweet.
yeah.
Yeah. And like just I don't know the way it's shot, like even the opening scene when she's walking towards her house and like all the England, like the old English landscapes and everything in the movie is just so beautifully shot and so beautifully done. It's like,
Done.
yeah, whenever I'm feeling in a very like kind of mood, I watch this movie because it really like, yeah, it makes me feel so nice inside. And Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite books, but I feel like this movie does it justice. Even though, like I love that book a lot, I feel like this movie really does it.
So the movie is very good, yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, that's what. And The Martian, actually, I remember reading the book first, and then when the movie was coming out, I was very skeptical. I was like, "Nahin, they
Oh.
will not do a good job with this." Like, the movie, the book is so good. Like I was so skeptical, but yeah, the movie was fantastic. It was really, really good.
It's very good, yeah. I've tried watching LOTR and I've tried reading LOTR, but somehow, I don't know, I'm not able to. I know it is something which will have a lot of backlash. People will come at me for saying, how dare you say this about LOTR, but I don't know. I started with book one, and not once, I tried twice, but I don't know. Maybe it's not the right year, or maybe last year was not the right year. So probably in another 1 or 2 years, I'll do that. But somehow it didn't speak to me. The initial 50 or 100 pages didn't speak to me.
Yeah. I think Lord of the Rings, same thing happened to me when I tried reading it first when I was in school still. Some ninth standard, I think. I tried reading it for the first time, and I really felt like I was reading some history textbook. Like it really felt like it felt very laborious to read it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I read it much later, like when I was an adult, and that time I couldn't stop reading it. Like I
Yes.
read all three in one go. And yeah, I think it's just something, I don't know, you have to, yeah, be in that right frame of mind.
Mind, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of time. It's a
Yeah.
laborious read.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so you don't like one of the movies you already mentioned, but my number one is Harry Potter series, and I would say, yeah, the books are entirely different. So if you haven't read the books, you are seriously missing something out, because these
Yeah.
two things can be taken as standalone things, like separate book series and separate series of movies. Standalone, also they are very, very, very good. I mean, I started my journey with Harry Potter by watching the movies, and they are just magical and they're amazing. Especially, I remember I used to watch them as a kid, and I used to watch it on TV, and they really cut a lot of scenes which I never knew
Yeah.
existed. And recently,
Yeah.
I did a marathon on Prime Video, and I was like, oh my god, there is so much more in the movies as well. But then I read the books, and books are even more
Even
elaborate,
better.
Yeah.
everything. So I
Yeah.
feel like both are as standalones very fantastic. So even if you consider them as two
Yes.
very separate things, they are
Yeah.
fantastic. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I completely agree. Completely.
Yeah.
Both are different, but both are amazing.
Correct. Actually, like fun fact, I also started my Harry Potter journey watching the movie first. So, like, yeah, so I feel like I've done a lot of Harry Potter videos on my channel, but
Yeah, I see. Yes.
but when I was a kid, I remember, so Harry Potter released in 1997 or something. And that time I was like some 8 years old, and everyone, I used to live in the US at that time, and everyone was talking about it in the US. Oh, Harry Potter, Harry Potter. And I was like this, like, I
What?
don't know what kind of kid I was. I was like, oh, this is too mainstream. I'm not going to read
Yeah.
what everyone else is reading. Like, I have to be different. Aisa.
Different.
so, so I never read the books. And like, even though many people told me that read the book, I would just be like, nahi. Like, this is
Yeah.
too
Not
mainstream.
going to happen.
And then I watched the movie because one of my best friends, she forced me to watch the movie. Like she forced me saying ki, like betho and dekho movie. Like,
Dekho.
and I fell in love after that. Like, so even for me, it was actually the movie that made me fall in love with Harry Potter before the books.
We had a class teacher who was very insistent on, children reading books. So we had a sort of class library, and we were supposed to take one book from there every month and read. So a lot of people had taken Harry Potter. Everybody was like Harry Potter, Harry Potter. And then I was like, okay, why should I miss out on this? So I thought, okay, let me try. I read that was, I think, my foray into the world of reading, because that was one book. Until then, I was only reading Goosebumps, Nancy Drew, Famous Five. This was a step ahead, a level ahead. So I will always remember Harry Potter for that. But then uh, I still think the movies don't do it justice. But yeah, like Manpreet said, they're different. This is different.
Yeah.
And both are enjoyable. My number one would be The Book Thief. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. The book, the movie, amazing.
Yeah. Oh shit! I completely forgot that this was a movie. Oh yeah.
Amazing. I think I can read it every year. It's such a beautiful book. And every time I read it, I cry.
Yeah.
It does that to me. And
Yeah.
even in the movie, the last scene is so beautiful. And it will always make me cry. I'm very, very sure about it. I will end up
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah. Same. Even I've read the book only, I think, twice. I've read it twice, and both times I started crying at the end. It's just too
Um,
emotional.
Too
Yeah.
emotional, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, number one, since I've already revealed,
Boss is taken.
is Lord of the Rings, all three. I feel, again, Lord of the Rings is one where the movies, I do truly feel that they elevated the books, because the books are fantastic. The books are amazing. But if it's to take all the things that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote in the books and to make them into three distinct movies is just a phenomenal task. And like, I keep watching the behind the scenes of the movie. They're all on YouTube, and like the things that they've done and the budget that they were working on, especially, like, I mean, it's not a very high budget movie. It wasn't a very high budget movie for that time. Yeah, it was a low budget movie, which is why they had to film all three movies at the same time, because they had a very, very low budget. And just the way that they have filmed it, the way that they have captured all three books in one, in like one series, and rather than like now though everyone is breaking everything into two parts and like, but like they managed to capture the essence of those books, and it's just, it's phenomenal, I feel like. Yeah.
That means that I have to try it again, both the movies and the book.
Yeah.
Movies you definitely have to. Even with me, you know, like you had that Harry Potter moment, your friend made you sit through them. Same with me, I had to sit through the movies, and I actually tried multiple times and slept before like midway. But once I actually finished the movies, then I was like, okay, wow.
Yes, awesome. This was great. So now, what I'll do basically is I will put all our lists like together on the screen. I think, Sankalpita, you have won, I think, in this, but
I'm pretty sure I'm getting the most hate here because of LOTR.
no, no, not at all.
Yes, and Kalpita, I do think you will get a little bit of hate for being that person who comes prepared for the exam and then say, "मुझे कुछ नहीं आता."
I know, man. Your list was the most cultured out of all of ours.
Because probably these are the only movies I've seen, that's why.
So
But
good.
then your choices are so good.
Yeah, exactly.
So even you can't even think about the kind of, you know, bad movies I've watched.
Okay, awesome. Since we have already decided that Sankalpita is the winner, but still, I'll put up all our lists now on the screen. So you guys who are watching can comment down below whose list you think is the best, and whose list who you think did the best job in putting together their list. So let us know down in the comments. Even though for us, I guess Sankalpita has won.
I think all of us have won. I don't know.
It's okay. Don't be so modest. You can say it's okay.
No, just don't hate me, guys. That's it.
So yeah.
ये first आने की, this is like the bad thing about being the first one, you know, being the winner. You have to go through that hate.
Yeah.
And I also said another controversial thing, which is like sometimes movies can be better than books.
No, that is okay, I think. That maybe all of us will get hate for, because all of us said that.
We all agree. It has to be. How can it not be? It can't be a 100% rule.
Anyway, thank you so much, Manpreet and Sankalpita, for taking time out to be a part of this. I had a great time chatting with you guys. I hope you guys also enjoyed.
Definitely. It was so lovely doing this. This is the first time we've done something like this.
Yeah.
I had to collab with Manpreet, but like three people coming and talking together about books, it's just the kind of thing I live for.
Yeah.
I think we should do it more often.
I know, seriously. And I feel like now with the lockdown, Zoom has become such a great way to collab.
Yeah.
Especially like all three of us live in different cities and we get to collab because of this, which is like, I feel it's the best thing that has happened through this lockdown.
Earlier, when we used to think about collaboration, we used to figure out, okay, which city you are in. Probably I will come to that city. We both can meet. That was like, there was a lot of logistics
That's what.
But now standards have gone down in that sense, in a good way, because earlier we used to think like there should be like a good setup, and we have to be in the same place to film a video and everything. And I really wanted to do this series with author interviews, and I would just wait for the opportunities when we'll be together, we'll meet or something. But now this has changed, because now even the big channels, like even the big media companies are doing the same thing. So it's just like has given us a lot of confidence and boost about doing
And
this.
hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was actually super fun. The moment I started the call, I looked at you and it just reminded me of the day when we met and did a collab. And
I know, exactly.
like a nostalgic thing.
Yeah, that's what. Like we were saying that it's been years since Manpreet and I met to do that was my first collab, by the way, ever in life.
You guys have met. I didn't know this. Wow.
Yeah, it was when I think 2017, 2016 or 2017, something like that.
2016, I guess. 2017.
Yeah. So I was in
Never ever
Delhi.
met any booktuber.
You should come and meet me, or I am going to come to Hampi.
Yeah, you should definitely come.
I'm serious about that.
I'm put up in such a remote part of India. No, I don't know. I mean, even in big cities you can think of, but it is so far away from everything. It's very difficult.
Yeah. At least you're in India. I'm in Singapore. I feel like I have no chance only to meet anyone.
Even I'm in a remote part. Remote, I wouldn't say remote, but it's just like nobody lives on this side. So
Yeah,
even in
that's
Punjab, we now have a lot of creators, but earlier and even in Bathinda, we have just very few creators, and obviously there's no booktuber here.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been great talking to you guys again. Thank you so much for being a part of this video. I will leave links to Manpreet's and Sankalpita's channel down in the description. So definitely check them out. I'm sure you all have. But if you haven't, definitely check them out because they make amazing videos, and go subscribe to their channels. And yeah, if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe because I make book related videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.